What's going on, people? Thanks for joining me for another beer review. For this one, I've been to good old Aldi's. I like Aldi's. You can quite often find a nice little budget-friendly banger, as long as you stay away from their craft beer, which I tend to find be a little bit shit. But this one is not a craft beer, it's a stout. It's in the specially selected range, but it's actually brewed by the Badger Brewery or Hall and Woodhouse. There's 5.2% ABV. It's just called Coffee Stout. It says rich, dark and indulgent. It's won a Great Taste Award in 2023 and the Global Beer Masters Gold Award in 2022. So I'm expecting it to have a little something about it. I would have loved to have done this one sooner, or a bit late to the party, but to be honest, it's always sold out in my Aldi's. So that's a good sign, isn't it? Apart from if you really want to get hold of the beer, it's not such a good sign because after time you can't bloody get it. And sometimes I've just either forgot to look because it was just so long. It was so long that it was out of stock. After a while, I think I just gave up. And then I see it today when I wasn't even really looking for it. And I thought, oh, that's that stout I've been after. Let's give it a review finally. A bit bloody late though, you know. Been out for a while now. It's 500ml bottle, 5.2% ABV, £1.69 was the price on it. So let's crack her open and see what she's all about, shall we? Let me know if you've tried this particular stout, guys, and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments of whether you liked it or not. Let's chuck it. I'll chuck it in a Guinness glass. Why not? It's stout, isn't it? Any excuse to use the old Guinness glass? Guinness glass. Alright. I must say, as soon as I cracked open this stout, I was greeted with a very rich, chocolatey, roasted coffee sort of aroma. And I haven't even had to put my hooter up to it. And I'm still not very well, but that was massively noticeable, especially as I'm pouring it in the glass. There's some absolutely mean aromas coming off this bad boy. Oh, Jesus. It's got some pucker aromas, but it smells very rich and very sweet, so it may not be for me. I don't know. Here's a look at your beverage in the glass. It looks like a stout, doesn't it? It's very dark black in colour. A little bit of light bleed at the bottom with some carbonation that I can see. Doesn't look too overcarbonated though. This is always good for a stout, isn't it? Your head is sort of a tanned, bubbly head, quite foamy. Yeah, it don't look too bad, does it? Certainly doesn't look like a Guinness though. Well, it does in colour, but not the head. All right, let's get the nose in there and check out the aromas of this Aldi Coffee Stout in collaboration with the Badger Brewery. Don't forget, can't leave them boys out, can we? They brewed it after, weren't they? All right. That is full on. That is full on, that aroma. It's super strong. Smells amazingly rich, sweet, coffee-like, some caramel, some nice roasted toasted malts. I think it's like a dark chocolate. I mean, it smells lovely, to be honest. It does smell absolutely fantastic, but it's definitely concerning me how rich it smells. Like full-on coffee pudding in the glass. I mean, I love coffee. I'm not too worried about the coffee. It's the sweetness that was coming out of this beer. It's like, whoa. Anyway, there's only one way to find out if I like it or not, and that's shut me gob and chuck it down my big fat neck and let you guys know whether I think it's worth a buy or a load of old shit. Cheers, everybody. Bosh. Jesus Christ. Oh. First impressions of that one, it feels like me taste buds have just been raped by a million coffee beans from every single possible angle. And the penetration, let me tell you, is still going on. It's like all over me taste buds. This massively strong, rich coffee taste, which may or may not become too much of me, but at this present time tastes absolutely fantastic. It's so rich. That's where it could become an issue, and it is quite sweet too. But the coffee also has, like, you know, when you get a coffee and it's quite bitter, it has a like bitterness to the coffee that's really cutting through the sweetness and the richness of the beer really well. So yeah, that's a pretty good first impression. Sam, I'm being raped from 1,000 coffee beans. May not sound good, but if you like coffee, it probably does sound good. You know what I mean? So it may not be for everyone. You've got to like your coffee. You've got to like your coffee, or don't bother straight away. You might as well turn the bloody review off. If you don't like coffee, you probably wouldn't be looking at a coffee stout anyway, would you? Let's face it. Unless you're an absolute nutter. All right, anyways, let's go again. Let's think about the body and all that sort of thing. That is definitely the strongest taste of coffee I think I've ever had from any beer, 10 times over. That is very, very strong coffee. But it is nice. It is nice. I've got to be honest, I don't think I could have more than one of these. But that's not to say it's not nice. It's just pretty full on. You know, it just grabs you straight by the nuts and says, have some of that. You know, it really, really just grabs you. I mean, like, for example, you've got like the Guinness coffee stout, which is really nice. But it's just a bit more mellow and easy drinking, I suppose, in this one. This one's got more alcohol in. Perhaps that helps bring out some of the flavour. I've still not made up my mind like how much I like it, because it really took me by surprise. It just hits you so hard, you struggle to even think about the flavours. Well, I am anyway. It's absolutely mad. Let's go again. But yeah, it's got a nice body, quite smooth and creamy. The body actually, it's really nice. It's almost like a nitro Guinness sort of body to it. Almost, not quite. I mean, I was worried I wouldn't be able to taste the beer that well because I'm not particularly ill. You could be on your deathbed and you're going to taste the coffee in this one. In fact, it'd probably make you live for another couple of days just on the coffee alone. But it's not. Excuse me. I apologise. It's not just coffee, although, you know, that's obviously the major hitter here. There's subtle sort of notes of caramel, a little bit of roasty toasted malts going on, which is rather nice. In fact, some of the more subtle background flavours I'm actually enjoying more. The coffee is getting a little bit rich. Like gentle touches of vanilla, caramel, and the roasted malt is very nice. As I say, you've got that bitterness from the coffee on the end. It is really nice. I don't know if there's a perhaps. Hang on. Some berries as well, dark berries. Perhaps a slight. I mean, I could be wrong here, but it's giving me a slight artificial sweetener vibe. I could be wrong. It's just something about the sweetness. It's just a little bit fake tasting, but you don't really get a chance to taste it much because the coffee, as I say, it just nukes you. This is a really difficult beer to score. I can't lie, because there's no doubt this is nice. but it's not going to be for everyone. It's very, very rich, but it's very indulgent. It's like strong dark chocolate flavours coming from it as well. For me, it's a beer to have one of and really enjoy it for what it is, which is a lovely, full flavoured coffee stout. But I couldn't session this. I just couldn't. It's just so overwhelmingly rich. So yeah, for one, I can enjoy it, and I think a lot of people are gonna like this, because it gives you a bit of a pick you up sort of thing as well from all that coffee, you know. But yeah, it may be too rich for some people, without any shadow of a doubt. It's too rich for me, I'm not going to lie, but it is nice at the same time. Score out of 10. It's so hard to, because I feel like I want to give it a really good score because it's fantastic, but it's just so rich. I mean, can you give a beer that you can only have one of because of the richness a good score? I don't know. I guess you could. You just have one of them and you're fine, ain't you? But there's no way I could go on and have a second one. Because it's getting towards the bottom now. My taste buds are just like, oh, give me a break, mate. Do you know what I mean? But it's been fantastically enjoyable while it's lasted, you know. Oh, one more go and I'll give it a score. Stop sitting on the fence, Ad. It's just too rich for me, but it is a lovely drink if you can handle that richness. Perhaps you're a bit harder than me, but my taste buds are just, they can't handle the levels of coffee. The raping is still going on, and it's like I'm giving up and just like taking it now. just rape me. I'm not. I've stopped fighting back now. I'm just taking it. I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for an 8 out of 10. I mean, you can't call it boring. I'm never going to forget this beer, and I actually think I probably would pick it up again. It would be a good one to show someone. You know, what's a coffee stout like, mate? You want a coffee stout? Have that. You say you like coffee, and yeah, if you're a massive fan of coffee, you might absolutely love this. And yeah, it's a good beer again from Aldi's, and I really suggest you try this one, whether you like the sound of the review or my review on it or not, just for the experience, because yeah, it's definitely one of a kind. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Smash that like button if you've enjoyed this review. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more from me. And there's a membership down below if you fancy becoming a beer monster for 99p per month. And yeah, until next one, guys. Bye-bye, darlings.